All right, so let's get started. So we've been dealing with the data handling process. We've looked at posing a question. We've looked at collecting data in our first lesson, how to organize our data. And last week you started with Dale in summarizing data. Okay, so you mainly looked at the measures of central tendency. So our measures of central tendency is our mean, mode, median. Okay, so those are the things we touched on last week. And then today we'll look at that a little bit and then go on to measures of spread, which includes our range and something new, never done before, or you shouldn't have in grade 10 and 11, something called a interquartile range. Is one of the things they bring in this year. So we've got range and interquartile range. Okay, so that's quite interesting. Let's have a look. So, like I said, you guys did cover measures of central tendency. Central tendencies are 3 M's: mean, mode, median. Okay, and I think you all did really well last week from what I heard. So just to recap, can I ask you guys to have a look at this little exercise? So it says, shoppers leaving a supermarket were asked to check on their till slips how many items they had bought. The following data was recorded. So we've got a whole lot of numbers. Find the mode, median, and mean of this data set. Oh, yeah, that would make sense, but you haven't done it in Masslet before, right? Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys to quickly try this exercise, just a recap of what we did last week. Please, can you find the mode, median, mean? Don't tell me in the chat just yet. Okay, does anyone want to tell me what they got for the mode? Maybe not in the chat. If you want to maybe tell us how you got the mode or median or mean, anyone that you want to do. Anyone want to raise a hand?
Raise your hand and join our radio station, guys. We are ready for you. Yes, Caleb.
Let's hear it.
I got 10.
10 for mode. Good.
Yeah.
Do you want to let me know about another one, or is that it?
I'm still calculating the rest.
Oh, you're still calculating. Okay. Good. That's fine. Thank you so much, Caleb. That is indeed correct.
Vanilla, you want to say something?
Yes, let us hear it.
Talk to us, man. We're ready for you.
For the mean, I got 12.
12. Okay, and how did you work out the mean? What did you do?
I added all the numbers. And
Yeah,
then I divided by 15.
15. Okay, what was your total for all the numbers when you added them together?
180.
180. Great. Perfect. 180 over 15 because there's 15 numbers and you got a mean of 12. Fantastic. Well done. Good work. Anyone want to let us know what the median is? Oh, okay.
Caleb is back again.
Ja, and Benede. The race is on. Okay, let's hear from Caleb.
I got 23.
For the median.
Yeah.
Did you put it all in order?
Yeah, I did. The two middle numbers were 10 and 13 when I did it. So I just added them.
All right. Okay. I think something went a little bit haywire there. Let's check. Ayabonga, what did you say?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I got 10
For the
for my
median.
answer. Yes.
Okay, so let's just quickly check that. Caleb, let's just check that you got all the numbers, right? So obviously we need to put it in order. So if you put it in order, it is 3, 5, 5, 6, 6. There are 3 10s. We've got 13 twice, 16 twice, 21, oops, 22, 24. Okay, and because there are 15 numbers, which we figured out, what did I mean? Because we divided by 15, that means there's going to be a definite middle number. There's not going to be 2 in the middle because there's an uneven amount of numbers. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. So our middle number is 10. Okay, so you might have forgotten one number, Caleb. So that's actually really good that you brought that to our attention, because that is actually quite a common mistake. So whenever you guys rewrite these numbers, make sure that you count them and make sure it matches the data sets, because quite often it is easy to forget a number. So always go and count them and make sure you've got the same amount of numbers, because it's very easy to forget a number. Okay, so I'm seeing the answers in the chat as well. So well done to everyone that got median of 10. Felicia, mean 175. Did we forget a number there, or did you see where you went wrong perhaps? If not, let me know in the chat. Okay. So it looks like we all remember how to do the mode, median, and the mean. So now I want to just show you guys a quick past paper question that challenges you just a little bit. So let's have a look at it. Okay, so let's need to fix this quickly. Okay, so quick challenge. It says the table below shows the total number of commercial farms and farm workers in South Africa in 2017. Use the table to answer the questions below. Okay, so if we look at our table, remember, always just take a moment to look at what has been given to you before you worry about the questions. We've got our different provinces, the number of farms in each province, and the number of farm workers, okay, for each province. First question, state whether the data regarding the farm workers is discrete or continuous. So this takes us back 2 or 3 lessons when we did discrete and continuous. What do you think the answer is? Is it discrete or continuous farm workers, what kind of data are we looking at? Anyone want to let us know? Good. So I'm seeing the word discrete flying in here, which is correct. Reason being is that we are looking at whole numbers. And remember, farm workers are actual people. People are whole numbers. When we count people, we can't get 1,9 people. Okay, so our data is indeed discrete. Okay, because of whole numbers. So if they asked why, for example, we would say, because we're dealing with whole numbers, people are whole numbers. All right, let's just check the chat. Good, because there's no decimal. Well done. Okay, so that was the easy one. That wasn't the challenging question. So let's have a look at the next one. It says, the mean number of farm workers in South Africa in 2017 was 84,180,33. Hence, determine A, the number of farm workers in the Free State. Okay. Keyword, mean. They have actually given us the mean in this question. They told us the mean is 84,180,33. They want us to work out just Free State's number, because technically, if I added all of these numbers up and divided by 9, because there are 9 provinces, I will get my mean of 84,180. So does anyone know or want to try figure out how we would do this kind of question? Any takers?
Going once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Anyone?
So it's asked a little bit differently. Normally it's just like, boom, work out the mean, or boom, work out the average. They've given us the average, but now we're just missing one number. So let's have a look at how we do this. Okay, so when in doubt, write out the formula that you know. We know the formula for mean is sum of values over total number of values. Okay, so when in doubt, write this first. Write down the formula you know. How would you normally work it out? All right. So now I've got my formula. I technically do have the mean already, right? Okay, so I'm going to substitute the mean in to the formula. It is 84,180,33 is equal to. Now I'm going to put each and every one of these numbers into my formula, including A, but I'll just put A in, because that's how you would normally work out mean, correct? Okay, so you will say, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. These are unfortunately big numbers. Okay, and this is where A is. I've just put A in. $96,206 plus Okay, so this is how we would normally work out the mean, and then we put all of that, so I'm just going to do it like this, over 9. That's how we normally work out the mean, but we were given the mean in this instance, and we have to work out one value. No problem, Lucia. All right, so if I now simplify this, make it a little bit easier to look at, I'm going to go and add all these numbers up, and obviously still be left with plus a. So I'm going to go and add them up, and I get 682,495 plus a, because we still don't know what a is. And that's over 9. Okay, let me know if you're not following. Then we need to get a by itself. So the next step to get a by itself, we need to get rid of this 9 first. So remember, we always do the opposite operation. Because we are dividing by 9, the opposite operation would be times by 9. So then we cross cancel. What we do to the one side, we do to the other. Okay, so now I'm going to take this side and times by 9. I get an answer of 757,622,97 is equal to 682,495 plus a. Okay, now we still need to get a by itself, so we need to get rid of this number. This is a positive number. So to get rid of it, we're going to minus 682,495. What we do to the one side, we do to the other. Oh. Okay, when I minus these two numbers over here, I get an answer of 75,127.97. Okay, which is what my a is equal to, because these cross cancelled, so a is by itself. And because we are looking at farm workers, it needs to be a whole number, so we're going to round up because we can't get common 97 people. Oh, sorry, round up. Okay, that was quite the process, wasn't it? Do we understand this question and this explanation? Let me know in the chat. Thumbs up. Let me know how you're feeling with some emojis.
Give us a little bit of emotion, guys.
Yeah. I know that was quite the question. I'm not gonna lie.
Katlego, do you have a question? I'll happily unmute you.
Can you guys let me know how you feel about that question in the chat? Riri, thumbs up. Great.
No one is saying anything.
See, we're good. Okay, impressive. So this was from one of the prelim papers last year, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was the Free State prelim paper. So this can be asked. It was just a little bit, I think, complicated because it was such big numbers. But as long as you guys understand the process of what we did there, manipulating a formula, that lady, okay. So I'm going to try bring a few more of these in, but it's all about
Katlego, please unmute. I see you have your hand up.
Okay, so Katlego, if you still have your question, when it says, oh, are you unmuted?
Oh,
yeah?
sorry, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. May you please elaborate on the last part, ma'am?
Which part? What color?
The red color.
The red.
Yes, ma'am.
What aren't you understanding? Because I rounded, or how did I get that answer?
No, ma'am. Where you cancelled, ma'am. I want to understand the
Okay.
part where you say those numbers had to cancel themselves out.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this part again quickly. So, Katleho, you followed up until the blue, right? Everything was fine up until that point. Okay, so Katleho, just to follow up, we were busy, we did this side where we had to times by 9 because we're trying to get rid of 9 on the other side, so we times by 9 that side. So we were left with an answer of 757,622, 97 is equal to 682,495 plus A. Now the whole aim is to get A by itself, but the only way to get A by itself is to get rid of the 682. And because that's a positive number, all we do is take negative 682 this side. So maybe if I write it over here, well, no, it's fine. So all I'm doing is on this side of my equal sign, just because I'm running out of space, I put it underneath. I'm minusing it. So if I take the 682 minus 682,000, it cancels each other out because I've minused it by itself. So I'm left with 0. So A can be by itself over here. But because I've minused on this side of the equal sign, I must do it on the other side. And that's why I minused here, 682,495. And that's why we were left with an answer of 75,127,97. And because we're dealing with people, that is why I rounded up. Just can't have decimals with discrete dots. Does that make more sense? You can let us know in the chat.
Asip is the one giving us a thumbs up.
Okay.
Katleho said it's okay.
Okay, good. All right, so we will practice some more, and when we do revision, I will try and include more questions like this, but I just wanted to show you that it is possible to be asked how to work out mean in a different way, or how you can get asked different questions on mean. It's not just work out the mean necessarily. Yes, those are the most common kinds of questions. Not often that you're going to get a question like this, but it is possible. Okay. All right, so we, for the most part, got thumbs up, yes, happy faces, so that's really good. I'm so excited. We're going to go on to another little topic now called outliers. Can anyone tell me what an outlier is? Does anyone want to raise their hand and try explain what an outlier is?
I'm just asking for a practice exercise for this question.
Okay. I will try get some more questions. If not, in this course, we'll do it in revision time, in the revision course. Okay, but does anyone want to tell me what an outlier is? Have you heard that word before? Ayabongo, are you saying yes because you want to tell us? Or, well, there we go. Yay. Ayabongo, let's hear it.
I don't know like the direct definition, but I know it's when one number has a huge difference than the other numbers, something like that, something along those lines.
Very good, well done. That's exactly it. So when we have a set of numbers, an outlier would be one that stands out or is completely different to the rest. So if we're looking at numbers, a majority are from 1 to 10, and we get lots of 2s, lots of 3s, 4s, 5s, you know, a lot of those. And then all of a sudden you've got 45. That is an outlier because it's very different to the rest. There's quite a huge difference between that number and the rest of the data set. Well done, Ayabonga. Thank you. So if we have a look here, it says, outliers is a data value that stands out from the rest of the data values. So if we have a look at our example here, we've got 3, 3, 4, 7, 10, 10, 11, and 44. So our outlier in this instance would be 44. But it doesn't necessarily have to be the highest number. Sometimes the outlier could be the lowest number. It could be very small compared to the rest. We could be looking at numbers in the hundreds and then all of a sudden have 10 or 11. So it doesn't always have to be the highest number. And sometimes it could be two really high numbers. So I could have said 44 and 50 on the side here, and both of those would be outliers. Okay, so keeping the concept in mind, let's try exercise 1. So it says, a group of friends meets up every week to take part in a book club. The members have the following ages. There's a member of 31, 29, 35, 35, 52, 36, 31, and 33 and 31. Determine the mode, median, and mean for the book club. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys to quickly do that. Okay, does anyone want to raise a hand and let us know how they got the mode or what the mode was? Siwa, yay, let's hear it.
Blast from the past. When last did we see Siwa here?
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Hello.
Siwa.
So nice to hear your voice finally.
So for mode, I got 35, or it could be
Good.
31 as well. Because the 31 appears twice, and so does 35.
You are correct. So we have two modes. I'm just going to put it in order. Okay, so 31 and 35. So it is very possible to have more than one mode. Okay, did I write down all the numbers? Yeah. Okay, great. See what you want to let us know what your other answers are, or are you not there yet?
I can let you guys know.
Okay.
Fantastic.
And then median is 34.
Okay,
Because
and
I added
yeah.
33 and 35 and divided by 2.
Okay, so our two middle numbers are 33 and 35. So we add them, divide by 2, and we get 34.
4.
Good, nicely done. And
And
then
then mean is 35,25.
okay, so when you added everything up, all those numbers, what did you get as the total?
Oopsie, I didn't write down the total.
Okay.
Can I just quickly do it?
If you want, yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm seeing some explanations in the chat as well. Good.
I got 282.
Good, 282. And we divide by how many numbers?
8.
8, good. And you got 35,25. Beautiful answer. I'm glad you didn't just get rid of the decimals. That's great.
Yeah.
Well done, Siwa. Thank you. It was so nice hearing from you. And those are great answers. Well done.
Pleasure.
Okay, and now if I look in the chat, it looks like for the most part, for Kansho, well done. Those answers are beautiful. Yeah, good. Riri, nice. Okay, good, guys. Now, if we look at this data set, is there an outlier? Question 2 asks, identify potential outliers in the data set. Do we have an outlier?
Ayabonga says yes.
Good. And Zoleka and Siwa have told us that it is 52. 52, yes, I can see them all coming in. Great. Okay, so we spotted that quite quickly. Well done, everyone. 52. But please remember, you can sometimes have more than one, and sometimes the smallest number, not necessarily the biggest number. Okay, looks like we all caught on to what an outlier is. So now it says, question 3, determine the mode, median, and mean without the outlier. Okay, so now we need to take the outlier out of things because I just want to show you what difference it makes. Ontle, yes. So I'm just going to write the numbers down again, guys, so you can see it here. But we're going to do all of that, but without the outlier. So our numbers are 29, 31, 31, 33, 35, 35, 36. And I was even nice enough to give it to you all in order. Wante, do you have a question?
Let me quickly unmute her. Yes.
Hi.
Oh, I see the question.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Buntle.
I wanted to ask, what is an outlier?
Okay, so I'm just going to quickly take you back to the definition we put up here. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, so it's a data value that stands out from the rest of the data value. So it's either a lot higher than most of the values or it's a lot lower. So if we look at our example here, we're dealing with a lot of numbers that are all below like 11, and then all of a sudden our last number is 44. So that one stands out by quite a bit. So that's an outlier. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Let me know if you want me to go back to the definition of outlier so you guys can take a screenshot. Let me know in the chat. Okay, I'm going to quickly go up. Just maybe take a quick screenshot. Okay, good stuff. Let's go back to our question. Yo, see we've got our fast fingers typing up the answers.
Yeah, no, they can't wait any longer.
Okay, so the mode stays the same. I can see from everyone's answers here. So our mode is still 31 and 35. Okay, so no changes there. Median is now 33. And the mean has changed and it is now, let me quickly, I just want to check everyone's rounding off here. Okay, so mean, when I added everything up now, I got 230 this time around. Over 7 numbers this time because we took one number out. We took the outlier out. Nice, clear. Okay, and when you put that in your calculator, you can answer of 32,857. Now remember, when they don't specify, you leave things to 2 decimal places. So we're looking at 5. Next to the 5 is a 7. So it needs to go up to 6. So it becomes 32,86. Okay. So if you look at your previous answers, can you see how an outlier actually affects the mean, mode, and median? Okay, it didn't affect the mode in this instance, but sometimes it could. So an outlier definitely has an impact on our measures of central tendency. Same with range when we get to it. So you just need to be aware that an outlier does have an impact on our mean, mode, median. As you can see, we got different answers just by taking that one number out. Okay, which is what I've said over here. I've said, as we can see from the above exercise, outliers have an impact on most measures of central tendency and spread. So remember, measures of central tendency are 3 M's, the mean, mode, median. Okay. Now let's have a look at range. We haven't had a good look at that one yet. So we've got measures of spread. We've just dealt with measures of central tendency. Now we have measures of spread. Our measures of spread include our range and our interquartile range. Interquartile range is often abbreviated as our IQR, interquartile range. Okay. Who can tell me how we work out the range? What do we do to get the range? Does anyone want to raise their hand? But I feel like, yes, you are. Lowest number minus highest number. There we go. Other way around. Ayabonga, did you want to tell us that?
Yeah, the biggest number minus the smallest number.
Good. Well done. Thank you. So biggest minus smallest or highest minus lowest. So range would be your highest or your biggest number minus the lowest or the smallest number. Okay, now I don't expect you to know how to work out the interquartile range yet, but for when we do it, it is our quartile 3 minus our quartile 1. So I don't know if you guys want to just take a screenshot for future reference of this formula. Quartile 3 minus quartile 1. And you will see it's a similar concept because quartile 3 is our highest quartile and quartile 1 is our lowest quartile. So it's exactly the same kind of concept as range. Quartile 3 is the highest quartile and quartile 1 is our lowest. Oh, what happened there? Just jumped. Okay, so let's have a quick little look at working out the range. Determine the range for the following data sets. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys to do question 1 and 2 for me quickly. Okay, I'm seeing some answers coming in for the first question. It's really impressive that you guys are getting the numbers in order quite quickly, or you're able to identify the highest and lowest quite quickly. Okay, good, guys. So I see for question 1, we're all getting the answer of 56. Let's not put answer 2 down just yet. Let's just give everyone a chance. So I'm just going to quickly write the range. And just remember, guys, to please show your working out in your test, because this could be a 2-mark question. 1 mark for the working out, 1 mark for the answer. It's okay. Okay, let's see the second question's answers. Thanks to our really fast typers on the ball, that's for sure. Okay, so it looks like we're all getting the same answer again. Hope that you showed your working out, that it was 68,45 minus 12,50. And don't forget your rand sign in your answer, 55,95. Luckily, we didn't have to do any rounding there. Okay, good. Looks like you all got those answers. Well done. Okay, so range, fairly easy. Now let's look at quartiles so we can work out our interquartile range. So looking at quartiles, this is when we divide our ordered data into 4 equal groups. Okay, quarters, that means 4. Quartiles, it's in the name, quartiles. Okay, so we want to divide our data into 4 groups. Now, normally our median divides our data into 2 groups, because remember our median is right in the middle and we've got 2 equal groups on either side of it. So let's have a look at how we would find quartiles. It says, first, we divide our data set into 2 parts. So that means the first step is find the median, because the median helps us divide it into 2 parts, because the median is the middle. After we find the median, we're left with 2 halves. We take each of those halves and we divide those into 2. That will help us find quartile 1 and quartile 3. So let me just check if there's a question. Oh, yeah, again, Kia has mentioned screenshot moment. If you want to quickly take a screenshot. Okay, so let's have a look at an example. Now, I've put all the data in order, so it's an ordered data set, so it's fine. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 numbers. Okay, so first thing is we find our median. Okay, so our median is going to be 13. The median is also known as quartile 2. Okay, so as you can see now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers on the left-hand side, and I have 5 numbers on my right-hand side. It is split into 2 equal parts. The next step now is to go and find these 2 equal parts and halve them. So we look at the left-hand side. The middle number is 7. That means 7 is quartile 1. That is the middle of our first half. Then we look at our right-hand side. The middle number is 16. That is quartile 3. So if you have a look at it, our data is divided into 4 equal parts. Each part has 2 numbers inside. Nice, okay, that is how you find your quartile. So it's basically like finding the median over and over again. So you find the median of the big data set. Then you go to that first half, you find the median again, the middle number. Then you go to the other side, find the middle number. Okay. Now remember our formula for interquartile range. We said that our IQR is Q3 minus Q1, our highest quartile minus our lowest quartile. Q3 is 16, Q1 is 7, so our interquartile range is 9. How do we feel about this new little topic? We have a raised hand. Lucia. I don't understand. Okay. Lucia, we're going to try another one and let's see if you pick it up from this one. Okay. So I'm getting a few thumbs up. So I'm hoping the rest of you are either just writing this down or you're fine. Okay. Let's try one by ourselves quickly. Let's try another one. Determine the IQR for the below data set. So it's already in order, so you don't have to worry about that. You can just focus on getting your quartiles. Lucia, start by getting the median first. Do that. That's your starting point. Find out the median, and we'll take it from there. If you guys are ready to show your answers or say your answers, you can. Good. Nice. Yes, Siwa, there's the final answer. So guys, let me know what the IQR is. It was asked. Well done. Nice, Bokhansho. Okay, so let's have a look at this. First step is find our median. Median is in the middle. Okay, so you generally start and you find quartile 2 first. It's a bit weird. You can't just go 1, 2, 3. So you find quartile 2 first. So the median is, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 numbers. So there's an odd number, which means it's going to be a definite middle number. If we go to the middle, it is our first 52. There's quartile 2. So I'm going to say 52. I then look to the left of my 52 and I find the middle number in this half, because this is now half. 52 has divided this data set into half. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. So there's an odd number, so there's going to be a definite middle number. Our definite middle number of just that half is 31. I'm going to go to the right-hand side of the median. There are 5 numbers. I'm going to find the middle of those numbers, which is 63. So that's quartile 3. Okay, so we've got 63. So I'm literally dividing my data set in half first. I then go to my first half and I divide that in half. I then go to the second half and divide that in half. So I'm actually left with quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. Each part has 2 numbers. It's divided into 4 equal parts. Okay, so that's finding the quartiles, but then they also ask for the interquartile range, which is Q3 minus Q1. Q3 is 63, Q1 is 31, and we get an answer of 32. And I see most of you did get that right.